Hey guys, you're watching Boondockin' with Dennis. We are on Harbor Island Road. It is right by the Aransas Pass side of the Port Aransas Ferry. My friend Judy asked me to try to get a better look at the Lydia Ann Lighthouse. We're still going to be a good distance away, but this road is about as close as I can get without swimming. We were down here a couple years ago, and people will camp down here. I don't know if that's legal or not, but people do it and come down here to go fishing. And we've already got a decent view of the lighthouse from here. Mission accomplished. I'll see you all later. Put my window down. You can see there's people fishing up there. There's the lighthouse right over there. And we might be able to get a little closer. But if I was smart, this would be the perfect time to insert a photo. There's the Lydia Ann Lighthouse. There's a boat. I would imagine you could launch a kayak from here, because there are several trucks right here, and I don't necessarily see any fishermen along the banks yet. I did see a Eugene up here, but I guess he flew away. This is also known as the Aransas Pass Light Station. It is the oldest structure in the entire Port Aransas, Corpus Christi area. Same lighthouse, different angle. That blue dot is where we are at the moment. You can see it's just by the crossing going over to Port Aransas where the ferries are. If you want to get a better look at the lighthouse, you would have to take a boat or kayak. Once you're there, you're not actually allowed to set foot on the island. It's private property now. And there are some tours you can book. Check online. Use that resource, the internet. Make sure it's the tour that's going to the lighthouse if you're interested. It's on Harbor Island. And in 1851, the United States government purchased 185 acres. Texas took over the property in 1855. The boats going by always keep things interesting. Another gorgeous day, guys. And I apologize, it's time for a horrible, horrible dad joke. Why did Piglet and Eeyore always smell so bad? Because all day long, they played with nothing but poo. Again, my apologies. Congress at the time had a big debate on what type of lighthouse should go here. It was eventually decided that a brick structure should be built. Over the course of time, a shipload of bricks was sent to the area, which promptly sank. The crew was rescued, but the entire ship and all the bricks were lost at sea. This is not the ship I'm talking about, but it is kind of freaky when you're in this area to find an abandoned boat gutted like that. The boat itself does not look that old. So there is kind of a little creepy element to this area. The lighthouse became fully operational in 1857. At the start of the Civil War in 1861, the lens was removed from the lighthouse for safekeeping. The lighthouse fell back and forth between the Confederates and the Union during the Civil War. In 1862, a Confederate general blew up the top of the tower with 2 kegs of gunpowder, damaged the upper 20 feet. I'm having chicken sandwich for lunch. These olives are stuffed with blue cheese and they're in a buffalo sauce. You get a joke, you get a lunch, you get a little history on the lighthouse. That's what we're here for today, guys. Found this abandoned trailer as well, which is also kind of creepy. It seems like every time I come back here, there's something different abandoned. But that one looks like it has been there quite a while. If you want to go online, guys, there's just a super amount of detailed history about the Lydia Ann Lighthouse, including the repairs and the hurricanes that hit it and each damage that was done. After the Civil War, repairs were made. It went back into full use in 1867. It seemed about every 20 years a different hurricane would come through and just devastate the area. Even changed the course of the channel, which made the lighthouse obsolete after a while. There's a good history about the different lighthouse keepers that lived on the island, including the gentleman who had lasted there 16 years. There's a home out there, as well as outbuildings, and Congress would put up some money every once in a while after each hurricane to get it restored, and it's a wonderful part of history in this area. Getting up to the end of the road here, this is where I would often pick up crew members, captains, run them to grocery stores, run them back with a few weeks worth of supplies when I was driving for Uber and Lyft. And I just wanted to show you something on the other side of Route 361. I noticed all these boats were in one spot fishing. So if you're coming to the area, I think I found a good spot. There's also a lot of locals here lined up along the bank. And it's a gorgeous October day. Temperatures in the mid-70s. There's a nice breeze. If you're into fishing, this is as good a spot as any. The roads were all, the sand roads here were all quite drivable today. There was a few damp spots, but if you're careful and kind of look where you're going, you should have no trouble at all on days like this getting around. And you just have to keep your eyes out for these little offshoot roads that come off of Route 361 between Aransas Pass and Port Aransas. Sometimes you don't see them until you drive right by them, but the entire highway is littered with them. Little worn paths going down to the water. I'm going to head back to Rockport, guys. Catch a sunset. I hope you learned a little bit about the Lydia Ann Lighthouse. Thanks for riding along today. Thanks for watching.